It's very important that a buyer understand the process of a home inspection. The buyer is retaining a licensed expert to come in and evaluate the house, its mechanicals, its structure, and all of the cosmetic circumstances as it would relate to the home. The home inspector's obligation is to provide you a complete picture of the house and its strengths and weaknesses. The home inspector is there to tell you all of the problems, to educate you so that you are buying a piece of property fully aware of anything that needs to be addressed. In relation to that home inspection, the results will be shared with the buyer and the realtor for the buyer and the attorney for the buyer, and then there will be a determination made if any deficiencies need to be addressed by the seller. Generally speaking, I like to tell my clients that a home inspection results should really be categorized in three ways. First and foremost, if you find anything that you are so uncomfortable with and you want to walk away from the transaction, such as a major foundational issue or the fact that the property is going to need a new roof in a couple of years, that is an opportunity for you to walk away from the transaction regardless of the fact that you've entered into the contract and an attorney has approved it. If you don't have anything that completely scares you away, but there are deficiencies that are either health, safety, or code issues with the house, you have an entitlement to go to the seller and request that the seller address these issues in advance of closing. The bottom line in this regard is the seller doesn't have to do so, but if they want to keep moving forward on the transaction, they're going to have to do so. And if they don't move forward on this transaction, they're likely going to have to address them on the next transaction they enter into anyways. So it is likely that they will undertake the health, safety, or code repairs, or potentially give a credit to the buyer in the for the cost of such a repair, and then the buyer could take on that repair with an expert that they so choose to address the problem. And last but not least, generally speaking, you're not buying a brand new house, so there may be cosmetic issues or minor issues. In my mind, it's important for the buyer to understand that they may not want to bring up every problem with the house when they're negotiating with a seller, because it could scare the seller away from wanting to work with the buyer to further the transaction. As a result, if you have cosmetic issues or minor repairs, you may elect to not bring up some or all of them, knowing that when you own the home, over time you can take on those repairs yourself at your convenience.
Perfect.